How do we protect ourselves in this seemingly ever-growing, ever-changing, and always threatening world of hacks? Staying informed and staying diligent are the primary ways. Before I discuss the main way hackers can gain access to your information, here is some very important news about some new Bluetooth hacks out there. I was just reading about these new hacks, and for the most part, they are more in the nuisance category, except one of them. By saying they're in the nuisance category, I mean they may be able to make certain Bluetooth devices disconnect, lag, or become unpaired from your phone, tablet, laptop, or computer. One of these new Bluetooth hacks, though, is much more nefarious. It can actually have the ability to send a command to your device, to your cell phone, your laptop, or your tablet that will make it download malicious software. That software allows them to then gain control of your device and have access to your data and make the device do things such as send data out to the hackers. I don't say this to scare you. In fact, you shouldn't be scared. You should just be committed to protecting your devices, and there are easy ways to protect yourself from these new hacks. The first thing you should do is make sure your system's updates are, well, up to date. In fact, you should have system updates set to automatically occur, and if your phone, laptop, or tablet asks you if you want to do the update, don't hesitate, just say yes. I know, this can take valuable time, but losing your data can cost you a lot more. You should also go into your system settings and look at your Bluetooth connections. Are there devices you no longer use? Are there devices you use infrequently? Are there devices you do not recognize? If you said yes to any of those questions, then turn them off, unpair them, and disconnect those devices. An easy backdoor for a hacker is a device that is allowed to connect but is not currently connected. What about Wi-Fi vulnerabilities, though? Yes, your Wi-Fi could be letting hackers in every single day, and you have no idea it is even happening. Brad Davies, a great viewer here on the channel, asked me a very important question. Brad said, I work for a rideshare company, and often people are on their phones. Many times I have left the Wi-Fi on while working. Is this a serious vulnerability? Great question, Brad, and you are correct to be concerned. There are some serious exploits out there that can hack you through your Wi-Fi if you leave it on all of the time. Let's explore one of those exploits right now. First, a little homework assignment for you. Grab some paper and a pencil and jot something down. Quickly jot down all of the places you can remember being at the past week, like fast food joints, restaurants, gyms, grocery stores, any and all public places. Now quick, go through that list and put a check mark by any of those places where you have ever connected to their Wi-Fi. I don't care if it was only once, I don't care if it was a year ago, anytime. If you have ever connected to their free Wi-Fi, put that check mark next to it. Next, go into your settings, then connections, then look at your Wi-Fi. Is it turned on? Right now, is your Wi-Fi turned on? Listen closely. If you have ever connected to a public Wi-Fi and your Wi-Fi is on right now, you are susceptible to being hacked with a Wi-Fi hack. Okay, let's say you went to Chick-fil-A, and while you were sitting there waiting for your food, you decided you wanted to check your emails, but instead of using your valuable data from your phone provider, you decided to connect to their public Wi-Fi. Check this out. I was at Chick-fil-A and I turned on my Wi-Fi on my phone, and voila, it was there. Open, able to be connected to by anyone, even if I only connected to this Wi-Fi one time. Unless I have done some advanced setup on my phone, it will always connect when it gets close to their Wi-Fi. But what about other places? I decided to do some snooping around, and this is what I found. When I drove past Crumble Cookie, I noticed it had several Wi-Fis running. The first two, Cookies Yum and Crumble, were locked. You can tell by the little padlock on them. But that third one, look, it was wide open and full strength. Then I popped over by Qdoba, and what do you know, there is a free guest Wi-Fi there as well. And anyone can connect to it, be it customers, passers-by, or whomever else. Next on my tour was a Taco Bell, then on to Wendy's, and you know what? Yep, they both had a free Wi-Fi also, and who'd have thunk it? Wide open guest Wi-Fis, ready to be connected by anyone, customers, passers-by, and hackers alike. Now you're probably saying, yeah, so what? Well, folks, look at this one I saw near to a retirement residence facility. When I first saw it, there were actually 6 total open free Wi-Fis. Can you tell from this which one is safe to connect to? And if you were in a McDonald's and a Chick-fil-A Wi-Fi came up, would you trust it? Well, the thing is, you don't have to trust it. Your phone does the trusting for you, so it can keep you connected at all times. Ain't that nice? If you connect to any public Wi-Fi, your phone will just remember that you connected to it before, so if it sees that same Wi-Fi again, regardless of where, it will connect. Here is an even crazier thing I bet you didn't know. Do you know what this little device is? This, folks, is the Raspberry Pi Zero W. This is what we call an SBC, or a single board computer. Yep, a computer that is about the size of a stick of gum. The Raspberry Pi can be powered by a simple USB charger like the one you would use to charge your cell phone while on the go, and it can be accessed remotely with a phone, tablet, laptop, or other computer. Now the Raspberry Pi Zero can have this loaded onto it on a simple micro SD card. This is a screenshot of Kali Linux, which is an operating system sort of like Windows or Mac OS. The difference is that Kali is an entire operating system made for hackers by hackers. In fact, this screenshot is of a system that is doing what they call pen testing or penetration testing, looking for vulnerabilities on a network. Using this simple little computer that costs about 20 bucks along with a free operating system that has free hacking software on it, it is very easy to set up what is called a man-in-the-middle attack. What the hacker does is first connect to the internet, then create a Wi-Fi hotspot with a name that is the same as any other local free public guest Wi-Fi. Then bam, if their Wi-Fi has a stronger signal than the real Wi-Fi and you have connected to the real Wi-Fi before, well, you will now connect to their Wi-Fi. And because they are connected to the internet, they pass you right on through, so you can check your email, get on Facebook, do all the things you would normally do and never see any interruption or get suspicious. But what you don't see is the system is grabbing pieces of information as you go about your daily business. What websites you log into, what email addresses you use, and yes, in some cases your login and passwords are passed along too. Hackers, folks, do not always look like this. Most of the time, hackers look just like anyone else. The hacker could look like a businessman, a college student, a mother, a father, or anyone else. And the hacker does not even have to be close to hack you. Check this out. I went to a Chick-fil-A and I got me some good grub. Then I went to my favorite park and there I sat eating my Chick-fil-A and enjoying some good YouTube videos on the PI Guy channel. But wait, are there any suspicious people around? Nope, just a teenager over there doing some fishing and another guy having lunch. I should be safe after all. My phone is on the good old 5G and I have no worries in the world. Then suddenly, without my knowledge, the Chick-fil-A guest Wi-Fi turns on and my phone automatically connects to it. Why, you ask? Because it was connected to it before. It must be safe, right? And how did the hacker know what to name his Wi-Fi? All the hacker needed to do was to spoof up a common Wi-Fi name and boom, now I am connected through his man-in-the-middle system. Now he has complete control. Protect your data, folks. Protect your information. Set your phone, tablet, laptop to not automatically connect to networks and make sure you keep your devices and their apps updated. Hey, here are 2 more videos that I made just for you. And remember, folks, remember, stay safe out there.